What you're about to see is a good sampling of the various events that Access TV has filmed since we started its operation last March. At this point, sit back, relax, and enjoy these special moments as they were captured on camera. First event that we filmed was the carnival held on Sunday, March the 11th at the local skating rink. This was one of our first events that we filmed, and at the time we experienced some difficulties with the audio, and that was simply through an oversight on our part in terms of our hookups, but very quickly we were able to put that together and overcome that difficulty. Next event that we filmed was the ice review, and this was done on Thursday, March the 15th, and at this one we had a special interview which was done by one of our committee members.
Very exciting. Now, this is a theme, I understand, that you're presenting.
Yes, all of the routines have been set to music from various TV programs, and the skills that the skaters will be presenting are from the Can Skate program that they are participating in this year.
Oh, now I understand that you people have started a new program called Can Skate. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
In filming the ice review, there were things that we learned in terms of proper camera positioning, and that's very important. You'll notice in the upper right-hand corner of the screen there was a large screen hanging in the middle of the ice. We didn't think much of it at the time, but once we started to film, we found that it got in our way of the camera shots, and that's something important to note when you're sizing up a place for filming. Our next event that we filmed was the local square dancers group, and that was done at the Collegiate Gymnasium, and this gave us a chance to bring out the mini mobile from Brandon and do some experimenting with it, and at the same time it gave the local square dancers a chance to do a performance in front of some filming.
Circle a half, and you dip and dive in the ocean wave, and the inside over, the outside under. The outside under, the inside over. The inside over, the outside, go 2 by 4, promenade as you did before. Now third old couple. You lean to the right, circle a half, and you dip and dive as you did before, the inside over, the outside under, the outside under, the inside over. The inside over, the outside under, the outside under, the inside over, the inside over, the outside under. And the boys run round that girl.
The use of the mini mobile I referred to earlier allowed us the use of 2 cameras, and in filming this 14th annual Jamboree, this is where we used the 2 cameras, and that gave us a chance to do much better coverage. When filming an event such as this, the cameraman might want to do a focus on a couple or 2, and then do a broad coverage. And this is usually done at the call of the director.
About bounce left and right. Twirl line, through side and close, dip center, maneuver, two right turns. In open position, forward waltz. Change sides like a California twirl, back up waltz. Change sides.
Here we have the official sod turning ceremony that was filmed at the local hospital, and this was one of our first outdoor filming experiences. And here we found that by not having the two mics taped together, we were losing our audio, plus the fact we were coping with the windy conditions, which in such situations call for use of special mic coverage.
Booked up with outpatients and whatnot that they just don't know where they're coming or going. They just...
Following the sod turning, we had a request to do some shots from time to time to cover the construction of the hospital addition at its different sites, and here you will see some of these shots being taken at the different stages. In filming an event such as this, we found that the Portapack was really a good feature of any camera equipment. It allowed you more portability as opposed to using electrical power and handling 150 feet of extension cord. Another feature you will note that on this shot we have the time and the date that this filming was done. Now we're into the ball games, and here we had some excellent filming done by some of our younger members of the committee and some who assisted the committee. Some of these members I'd like to mention were Ronnie Zook, Jimmy Rosling, Kent Freeburn, Fred Dobchuk, Jeff Wickstead, and Glenn Soper, and their help was really appreciated. This became a very popular feature with the local baseball teams and the visiting clubs for that matter, because they would have a chance to see themselves in play following the game, and they usually would rush down to the local establishment where they would socialize and at the same time see themselves replay the game.
Harold Friesen also the wind noise. But it cools people off because it was 32 degrees today here in Gladstone. The pitch. It's high. Brad Dell on deck, I think. Scarf with the windup in the pitch. Ball two. Bronx have 3 players on the bench tonight. Pitch. Walked them. 4 straight pitches.
Our next event, or one of our next events, was that of the Langruth 75th anniversary, and this one called for a lot of filming time. It took 2 days of steady filming, and we found that through the advertising of the committee and so forth, that the response was really fantastic. Many people requested copies of the tapes that they wished to purchase for their own viewing at some future time. The filming was one part of this, but the editing that was required to put the films together into a form that was suitable for sale was something else, and indeed the editing is still in progress. So an event such as this really calls for a lot of work, but certainly a lot of excitement and enjoyment comes through it as well.
All the schools are marching.
In this shot, you will note that our young cameramen were really on their toes in terms of filming this particular activity. Most of us might have stood with the camera along the sideline somewhere and done the filming, whereas they chose to stand in the middle of the lineup and film the parade as it approached them, and this gave it a very much professional appearance. This is a continuation of the event at the Lang-Ruth anniversary, and here again, with experience, cameramen will note that they position themselves in such a manner so as to get good coverage, and also sometimes we will find that in the excitement of the event, the commentators will get carried away and make comments or remarks that later have to be censored or beeped out.
Oh, one more thing. This is being televised. Gladstone Access Television, your community television station, GATV 12, is televising this right now. Ted Smith is the director. Ron Zook, Jeff Wickstead are cameramen. Joe Zook is the audio mixer, and Lyle Kelly is the producer. Now we will have the grade 3 choral speech under the direction of Max Hart.
There you heard it, folks. That was the festival concert, the final concert that is done at the end of the week's activities. And here again we had the mini mobile for this particular event, and that gave us 2 cameras, one which took direct shots, as you see the shot right now. This one was the angle shot that was taken from the side. And in an event such as this, with the use of 2 cameras, allows the director to call on the best shot that he would see at that particular time. And with experience, then again, the director is able to make good choices and thus come up with a good production. Here we have the sports banquet that was filmed in June, and that was done at the local curling rink. And this was a community event that was very popular with all the sports fans, and again gave our committee members a chance to do some filming in an indoor setting.
Tonight, Charlotte Olson, our MLA.
Curling, football, hockey, figure skating, and all the sports. As you can see on the walls, they depict everything that's coming up here in the, I guess you will call it the shortened Olympics, the Los Angeles version of Moscow 80. And now I guess we'll get on with a few draws. And whenever you hear the whistle, something's going to happen. I'm not sure what, but it's going to happen. So right now we'll get on to the first draw.
Here we have the Gladstone Annual Parade being filmed. That was done in August. And the filming of a parade of this nature requires, again, good positioning of the camera so that you get a good angle. It's important to size up the site beforehand, if at all possible, and therefore gives you a chance to get good coverage of the floats as they pass by, as well as catch good audio. The beauty of being able to film a parade such as this allows people to see the parade after the fact, particularly when they probably couldn't be there, and so they were able to see it. Here we have the WMCI graduation that was filmed at the end of June, and that was at the WMCI gymnasium. Again, here you will notice that lighting is very important. This particular shot here hasn't got enough of the proper lighting, and so with one camera we weren't getting as good a shot as we would like to. You will notice in a moment that the next camera shot, which is from a different angle, this one right now, gives us a good, clear, colorful picture. Here we are busy doing some editing. And editing, as I may have referred to earlier, requires a lot of time and work and so forth, and it depends on the activity that has been filmed as to the amount of editing that is actually required. And with experience, again, that can be shortened to a large degree. Here we have the crew getting ready with the mobile unit from Brandon. This was in preparation for the filming of the local square dancing. This was our first experience with the mini mobile, and so we had to take some special time to get everything ready. The equipment is being tested out, lighting being checked, and so forth. Next, we're going to be introduced to some aspect of programming that is always included, and that's that of TV bloopers. Here they come.
Oh, all right. You can hang on to something. The Gladstone Figure Skating Club is now holding their annual interview. Start again. Good evening. Tonight we're coming to you live from the Gladstone District Arena, where the Gladstone Figure Skating Club is having their annual skating review. And we have with us as our first guest, Mrs. Donna McLaughlin, who is president of the Gladstone Figure Skating Club. Good evening, Donna.
That's Donna.
Got it. It all broke up. Good evening. Tonight we're coming to you from the Gladstone District Arena, where the Gladstone Figure Skating Club is having their annual review. And with us, we have Mrs. Donna McLaughlin, who is president of the Gladstone Figure Skating Club, to give us a little bit of future and idea of what we're about to see tonight. Good evening, Donna. How are you?
Hi, Lyle. Pretty good, thanks. I'm quite excited about this program tonight. We've done a lot of work in preparation for it. Our leaders and what do you call them, teachers, have done a lot of work with our junior skaters and actually all classes of skaters and so forth. So we're looking forward to a real good program.
Yes, I understand that now this the skating club has started a new program, Can Skate. Could you enlighten us a little more on what this program consists of and what it pertains to the ability of the skaters?
Well, as far as I know, Can Skate means that you can put on a pair of skates and skate around. Got.
I was hiding this time.
What a bunch of BS. I couldn't even BS well here.
Well, there was.
But anyway, that's the
idea of it. So
yeah, it doesn't matter if we can go over and over, but. And after several more takes, we thought we were getting close to perfection.
Good evening. Tonight we're coming to you from the Gladstone District Arena, where the Gladstone Figure Skating Club is holding their annual review. And we have with us as our guest Mrs. Donna McLaughlin, who is the president of the club. And Donna is going to fill us in on a little bit of what's going to happen tonight and what we expect to see. Good evening, Donna. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks, Lyle.
Yes, Donna, I understand that you people have put a lot of work into this program, and we're supposedly in for quite an evening. Could you kind of fill in a little bit about what we're about to see or what we expect to see?
Yes, we're quite excited about the program tonight. We've been doing a lot of work on it in preparation for this. We've had a lot of help from my committee, and the teachers that have been working with the different groups have done a lot of practice and so forth. So basically they're going to be sharing some stories with us through their skating and through the music and the costuming and so forth. And I'm sure that many people in our audience will identify with some of the music and so forth, because it's been chosen from some of the themes that are popular with TV shows, TV programs, and so forth. So I think we should be in for a real good treat.
Now, I understand that the Skating Review has a theme every year. Now, what's this year's theme, and what does it pertain to?
I need the paper.
Oh, well, there's nothing on the paper.
Okay.
You see Highlight Themes program.
Highlight Themes.
How is that? Is that plenty, fellas?
That gives you.
Okay, it gives you an idea what the sound and everything's going to look like. And there's one thing, maybe you guys can help me. How do you end something like that? Well, Cal.
And here's what we were practicing for.
Where the Gladstone Figure Skating Club is holding their annual review. And at this time, as my guest, I have Mrs. Donna McLaughlin, who is president of the Gladstone Figure Skating Club. Good evening, Donna.
Good evening, Lyle. I'd like to thank you and your crew for being here this evening. As you know, this is a very exciting evening for our skaters, and our annual ice review is the highlight of our skating year.
Well, yes, I'd like to first of all ask you, I understand we're in for quite a treat this evening, and I'd like to know what kind of a format or what kind of highlights we're about to see. Could you expand on it a little bit for us?
Yes, Lyle. Despite some of our warm weather...
Here we have an outside shot of what is technically called the head end. We call it the shack. This is located just northwest behind the MTS building here in Gladstone. To the left you may have noticed the satellite dish, and right beside it we have the receiving tower, and these serve the cable customers in town. Other equipment that's inside the head end is the VCR, playback VCR, an audio recorder, and a teledeck. Here we see one of our helpers, Russell Humes, who is typing in a community service announcement on the teledeck. Any of the announcements that are dropped off at Joe's TV and radio are typed in on the teledeck and then telecast in our community. Here you can see another service of the teledeck, and that's putting in the credit notes at the end of the tape, as in this case. This can also be done directly onto the videotape, in which case it gives a much sharper picture. We hope this short film presentation has given you an insight into the kind of service this organization has given and can continue to give to our community.